Hi, my name is Erin Colley, and this is my book talk presentation over the teen novel Conviction by Kelly Loy Gilbert. Braden is a teenage boy living in small town Ornette with his father. Braden's father, Mart Rayner, is a well-known Christian radio talk show host, but he has a dark side. His brother, Trey, has seen this side and has decided to get away and not return. When Mart is accused of murdering a cop, Braden is the key witness. At this point, Trey decides to come home and help care for his brother. Braden has to decide what the right thing for him to do and say at the trial will be. His testimony will change his life forever. Another aspect of the novel is Braden's passion for baseball. He dreads the game against La Abra, where he has to come face to face with the slain officer's nephew in a game. Baseball is how Braden gets away from life. It was one connection he had with his dad and his brother. Over the course of the novel, Braden is forced to decide where his loyalty truly lies. He also has to navigate young love, loss, and loyalty. Some key ideas from the novel include family ties, sports, school, faith, religion, friends, LGBTQ issues, murder, emotional and physical abuse, family issues, suicidal thoughts, and loyalty. The first comprehension strategy I could use with this book is the discussion notes mentioned in the Collaborative Learning with Peers section of our textbook, Visible Learning for Literacy. The discussion notes worksheet asks students to respond to questions such as the following during reading. What questions are you thinking about at the end of the reading? What sections of the text caught your attention? What personal events were you reminded of in this reading? Make a simple picture or diagram that represents this reading to you. These questions and the students' responses to them would then help guide a discussion with peers to allow for clarification of ideas. This strategy could be used with any chapter. I mentioned using it earlier on in the novel, but I also think it would be beneficial to use in the last chapters, especially during some of the more confusing or shocking chapters, such as Chapter 31, when Braden explains what really happened the night of the crime. I would have students complete the worksheets during individual reading, then bring the notes to the peer discussions to help move the conversation along. The second comprehension strategy I would use is the Socratic seminar discussion. Again, this could be used several times throughout the novel, after a few chapters, or at the end as a summative assessment. I would have students complete a strategic reading worksheet, which I have adapted from one that was made for me by a previous literacy coach. We would complete it in class so that I could help students create questions. The questions include a word connection question, a closed-ended question, an open-ended question, a question about theme, and a literary analysis question. Students would then be able to use these pre-created questions, their discussion notes, and any annotations made throughout the novel to help guide the discussion. I would remind students of the rules, such as talking one at a time and relating back to the text before beginning. Students would be arranged in a circle or split into two circles if it was a larger class. Students would lead the discussion, asking questions and thoughtfully and politely responding. This strategy would allow students to move into transfer learning. The third comprehension strategy I would use is extended writing. Students would be assigned to write a letter as Braden or another character of their choice from the text. For example, his dad, his brother Trey, his love interest Maddie, his fellow baseball players, the slain officer's nephew Alex, or even the lawyer or judge. Students would explain from Braden's point of view what he did and why, whether he regrets his decisions, how he has changed over the course of the novel. In our textbook, it states writing isn't solely about turning in an assignment on a due date. Writing should be a means to uncover one's own thinking in the process. I think this assignment would be beneficial in helping students think through the events of the novel and how they would have affected the main character and his relationships. The extended writing assignment would allow students to experience empathy, critical thinking, and transfer of knowledge. Students would be able to refer back to annotations and also concept maps to see events and how specific characters grew or changed throughout the novel. While I focused on these three strategies in this presentation, I would also use other strategies to help students' reading comprehension. Some of these strategies are listed here, such as anticipation guides, close reading, annotating the text, concept maps, repeated reading, questioning, discussions, reciprocal teaching, and response to intervention. I would use these strategies during different parts of the novel to help my students better understand the text and move from surface to deep to transfer learning. Thank you so much for watching.